question, the member for Lanark, Frontenac, Kingston.
My question is to the Premier. Our COVID policies and the risk that they pose requires an honest and forthright discussion. Dr. Yeadon, a former chief scientist with the pharmaceutical giant Pfizer, has stated, and I quote, "Most, if not all, of the PCR tests result in false positives due to high CT thresholds." Juliet Morrison, a virologist at the University of California, states, and I quote, "Any test with a cycle threshold above 35 is too sensitive." The Public Health Agency of Canada reported in May of this year that testing over 25 cycles provides dubious results. The prestigious Oxford professor Dr. Carl Hennigan has stated a PCR test does not equal COVID-19. Speaker, my question to the Premier is your testing creating both a false understanding of the risk as well as false positives?
Thank you, Speaker. The PCR testing is very effective in areas where there are outbreaks. It has proven to be so. We are receiving that information. We need that information in order to take action. We have taken action on several fronts in terms of limiting unmonitored social gatherings, limiting capacities in restaurants and bars, and in other actions that we've taken. But I'm not quite sure what the member is suggesting. Are you suggesting we don't do any testing? We just stop testing? Is that the reaction that we should be taking with this? What else would you suggest?
Back to the Premier, and I'm glad that question was posed. On July 30th, the Deputy Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Barbara Yaffe, stated, and I quote, "Our testing can result in over 50% false positives. That is, the person actually doesn't have COVID. They have something else, or they may have nothing." She has also called for limits on testing of asymptomatic people, while the government calls for more. Another contradiction in a long list of COVID contradictions. We know high false positive rates are due to high CTs, and Canadian and world experts agree it should not be more than 25 cycles. Yet, according to the Journal of Virology, Ontario labs are testing samples at 38 to 45 cycles. That's what needs to be done. Speaker, to the Premier, when did the Premier become aware of these faulty tests and practices, and why have you done nothing to fix them since at least July?
I would say to the member, there are zero inconsistencies coming from our public health experts.
25.
Dr. Yaffe has clarified what she indicated before. What she indicated before was that the
25.
PCR testing is very effective in areas where we are having outbreaks, such as what we're seeing in various parts of the province right now, in Peel, in Ottawa, and in Toronto. We need that testing to make those decisions. We are taking action where we need to take action. We're looking at other methods of testing as well. Some of the antigen testing is looking very promising. It looks as if Health Canada is going to be approving that. It's a good screening tool, but we need every tool that we can use at our discretion. PCR testing, antigen testing. We're looking at saliva testing. We need everything that we can do for screening and for testing purposes to keep the people of Ontario safe and healthy.